I went to a foundation course in Rochdale, graduated from Exeter College of Art and Design, either as a sculptor, a painter or any other number of things that I could turn my hand to. The world of visual arts was very difficult. We received our first actual award from the Arts Council for the project Shademakers to go to Notting Hill.
Keep them flying, keep them high is a
It seemed quite a nice idea to be shade makers because the costume would cast shadows. The idea of voguing was to put people in the shade. We're known as shading. You know, we cast shadows over truths and lies, and in the true sense of the word, we were putting people in the shade.
there I want to stay with you, and only you, right there I want to stay.
We start with the human being at the centre, and beyond that is the extension, which then leads to movement, which then leads to kinetic movement. So kinetic featured costumes were very much a feature of the early days in Shademakers design. We deal with works from concept to completion, so that means at the early stages we're involved in design, workshops and training, and what we'll do as a consequence of that is build up a kind of chronology of activities, so every theme is related to the nature of the intent and issues pertinent to the people involved.
I will follow it in any direction. I was born.
Shademakers is an artist-led company, and that's primarily what we are.
The nature of the work involves narrative. In a lot of cases it's personal narrative, but it's also part of a discussion process with key members of the group.
Because we kind of have a theme and the costumes tell a story, you do want to add that into, or I try and add that into the choreography. So that's with picking the music, that's with how you're dancing, this kind of style of dancing, trying to just subtly get a story across.
I think that the stories that we tell must have some relevance with people.
Right there I want to stay with you, stay with you.
The identity of Shademakers was already formed. It related to the high quality of workmanship in costume. The themes, the narrative was a very important feature. But more so it was about the nature of the people involved. We'd like to establish ourselves as a family. We're almost like a tribe of carnivalists.
I think it is just that quality time, not just with the people I work with, but our members. Like, we're all one big group. It is just that quality time, making new memories with people and experiencing new places, learning new things. It's just, as a whole, it's all just overwhelming, really. And if you just sit and think about it,
I'm friends with people that you'd never expect to be friends with. I never thought I'd cross paths with. All ages, all different walks of life, all backgrounds, all different, complete different experiences, and we are a family.
Our own event that we based in Sandown Bay, using an area of derelict land, or land which had fallen out of its former use and had become quite redundant, and it was reactivated by the event Hullabaloo.
What the whole ethos of the event was, coming and shouting about what you do.
It's certainly a partnership with Eccleston George and Arc and Common Space, and that is an event which will continue into the future. There's always hope. Even beams of light provide hope, and it's understanding those signals and symbols within that great sphere of visual communication that will inspire that. There are moments in an audience where just a glint from a sequin provides just a warmth, and it's one aspect of a multifaceted world that one person can see and enjoy, and it evokes a feeling, a sensation of hope. It's like our time in Carnival has been pretty terrible in terms of everything. that you have to do to make it happen. But the actual event, there's nothing better. When you break away, when you form that gnosis with the universe, and your feet don't feel as though you're touching the ground, and you break away to an oblivion, then there's no finer place to be.